Hi, I'm Rob, and today I like to show you a router circle guide kit. And this is a very small kit, and you can make also a very small circles with it. Sometimes that can be handy, especially if you don't have the right drill. Normally those kits you can make circles or a radius of circles until the foot, but under the foot, the pivoting point, yeah, that's a bit tricky. And in this case, I made one. You can. There are a few and available, but yeah, you need to order it, and I needed it at the spot, so I made a little thing myself. And yeah, that's what I like to show you. Well, if you want to enlarge the surface, you can do it also, of course, in a flat vise. Then I clamp it in, so it has a bit of resistance. I take a flat piece, hammer it down, and close the vise. And you have a way bigger surface. So that is way more stable for your router. Well, this can take, it has a radius of 25 centimeter, 10 inch. So with this one you can do a maximum 20 inch. And the smallest is 5/8 of an inch. So it goes from 20 inch to 5/8 of an inch. And that is then 16 mil and 20 is 50 centimeters. Well, this is then the standard Makita trim router guidance. It's a guide rail. And that comes with a T-part. And of course a straight bracket. And that is to adjust the diameter or the depth, how far you want to go into the material. But I use then only the straight bracket in this case. This one I discard. Well, if you don't want to spend $30, $40, $50 for a circle guide jig, well, here is maybe the next solution. And yeah, this costs nothing. It's just made out of scraps, you know. And this is then with a pivoting point, with a little pin. And here is then the system without hole, you see. So yeah, you have two systems. Then also you need, of course, another foot plate like this, with a gap in it, to make place and space for this thing. Especially if you want to make small circles, then it comes in here, the pivot point, something like that. And yeah, you also have a plate, an extra plate. And then I have two fill-ups like this to create more height instead of only this one. The advantage of that bigger one, you also can use it for flattening plate. Because if you do it like this and you screw it on with two screws and you just put it a little bit forward, you can eat out the surface, you know, and stay on the smooth part, you know, and make the rest smooth. So yeah, that's also possible with this thing. Well, if you have to cut out a very big surface for an inlay or so, then such a big backplate with a weight on it can help a lot. Okay, now the circle what you cut out, right under it you have to do a dot of hot glue, so that when it's loose, when you are finished through it, that it sticks on the place. So here, and then also the rest of the material, you also give it a few drips. Yeah, well, I stick this with hot glue because two-sided tape, the diameter was a bit too small. So the total surface for two-sided, yeah, that doesn't work. It shifts, it moves. But if I do it with hot glue, like you see here, this is then the hot glue, you see. That keeps it in the place. And now there is an advantage of this sort of acrylic. There is a foil on it on both sides, and I stick it then on the foil, and that will keep. The foil also will keep it. So that cleans, if you have to clean it and you have to take the hot glue off, that comes right away off with the foil. So yeah, that's easy. Well, this is a bit of a close-up, but you see, this system goes under the foot, here foot. Now it's against the router bit, and now this part has still to be in front of your knob. Yeah, if it goes too far, your point can't go that far, so they have to be a bit away. Well, next thing what you need is yeah, a new foot plate, and it's situated like this. And then it can shove in and out. But you also can do it with a bigger one. This is then a bigger one. This is laminate. The other one was, this is acryl. But this is then laminate sheet. And that's a little bit fatter. This is a 1/4 inch. So now I have height for the bracket, because yeah, the bracket can't go much more down because of the big knob. Well, I connected the holes with each other by an open slot on both sides, so I can move it a bit backwards and forwards You know, but yeah, the only thing, as soon as you move it backwards and forwards, you only can apply 2 of these screws. And I use then this with a flat head, like this, you see. So then you have also to make an inlay in here. Eh? Well, this is then 5 by 5 centimeter, 2 by 2 inch, and that's 25 square, so or 4-inch square. And of course this you can do with double-sided, although I think if you do it with hot glue, the hot glue is maybe easier to remove than the sticky tape, the double-sided. Okay, this guide pin you know, but this is for a hole. But now we want to create a circle without a hole. So then you can't use the pin. So then we have to use something without a pin. That's this one. And then you get the pivot point. It has to go in like this. So now it can turn. This one is attached to your router. This one is used on top of your material. And this one you stick, the black side. That's gonna be sticky tape or glue, hot glue, whatever. Anyway, this has a pin. This has a pin. That's 10 millimeter. So now I need something what is high enough to house this pin. Then it goes like this. So, but that's too high. So what you need now is maybe 2 Phillips, like this, to fill the height up. And then you get the other plate. And that one goes on top. And now you have more height. You see, it stays free. So therefore you need also those fill-up plates. And of course this one. And this one you can use or with a small one. Or if it's outside the router. Where is it? You can use this one, but this one is too big for under your foot. So if you do the circle outside your foot, then you can use the bigger one, like this, you see. So this is then, yeah, the whole second device. And well, it's quite broad, but you can make it smaller, it doesn't matter. Long as it will fit in between your foot plate. Like this cavity, you see, like this. And so it doesn't matter how big you make this one. And it has the same length and places of the pins, like these, like the old one, you see. They are both the same. Well, they advise to do this acrylic and plexiglass, to do it with a single flute. So not 2 but 1. And they notify that as Z equals 1. Yeah, they also advise that you can cool it with ice water and so. But yeah, I have to do it in a basin on the workbench with water. Now that takes too much time for me, so I skipped that. I did it dry. Well, you can make it as long as you want, the radius, just as big as you want, because then you do it just with an extension. And this is then part of aluminum, and then you have the pivot point on the end, or wherever you want to have it. So that's also possible. Well, I hope it was an interesting video. Yeah, maybe you can use it for yourself, for your own projects. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching, and maybe till the next time. Bye bye.